Hi y'all, welcome back. Now we're gonna do some pressure canning. I made chicken day before yesterday, so Tuesday, and I boiled that chicken, and I'm gonna take that broth off that chicken and I'm going to pressure can it, so when I need chicken broth, it's in my cupboard. I don't have to go to the store and buy chicken broth. And it's a lot healthier, and I know what we put into our bodies. So, with that being said, let's get started. I have, and I'll tell you now, I have hot chicken broth here. In my canner, I have 3 quarts of hot water and about 2 tablespoons of vinegar. And you put that vinegar in there because if you don't, your jars are going to look really cloudy. And nobody wants an ugly pantry. I know I don't. So, and in this container, you see my lids. They're not boiling, but they're being kept warm. So let's grab some of these canning jars and get to canning. So what you need to can, you need a funnel to go on your jar. You need a scooper to get whatever you are putting into your jars out. You need the canning lids. You need your canning rings ready. And you need some vinegar, which I've already lost mine. It's around here somewhere. And this is vinegar. So I will show you how I do this, and I hope you enjoy the video. So this is boiling, so you want to turn that off. You have to move this hot lid somewhere else. And yes, that is Christmas. Yeah, I love Christmas so much. So I'm just going to move that. So as you see, it's still boiling. It might be a little too hot. I hope it don't shatter my jar. But my jars were kept hot, so it shouldn't. So I always like to leave at least a 1/2 inch of headspace. And what that means is I go a little bit above the line on the jar, because I don't like all of the extra, because it can siphon out. Oh, that's hot. Okay, we're going to go back here. So I don't like mine to siphon out, so I always leave good headspace. I don't like opening my canner and there's a big old mess in there because I did something wrong. Y'all, I ain't in grade school mode no more, and Miss Beach ain't pedaling my butt for not doing my homework. Oh, I had a mean old teacher in school. Nobody liked her though. I don't think anybody liked that woman. I don't even think that woman's husband liked her. I better shut up because that's not nice to say. I'm sorry. But she was a very, very strict teacher, and you know, in school, nobody likes the strict teachers. I am mixing this because I do have some bits of chicken in here, which is awesome because it's going to give you that extra little flavor. But when you water bath anything that is meat related, it does not matter if it's broth. It does not matter if it's already cooked. You have to water, or you have to, I'm sorry, when you pressure can. Because you can only pressure can meat. Some people say, no, you can water bath it. Well, you can. But the Food and Drug Administration says not to. Because when you can something and you pressure can it, what you're doing is you are getting the I put a little too much in that one. You are getting the bacteria out. You want to make sure you have no bacteria in your stuff. So I'm going to grab a paper towel. I'm going to fold her over. I'm going to dip her in some vinegar and squeeze her off. So what I'm doing now is I've already washed and cleaned these jars. Now used to, they said you had to water bath them for 10 minutes at a full boil. But the FDA has changed their mind on that. And now you can do them just the way you do them regularly. You just wash them. Some people put theirs in a dishwasher to sterilize. But I'm a poor girl, and the only dishwasher I have is attached to my 2 elbows and my radius of my ulna. So when you wipe it off, you're wiping off the oil. But not only the oil, you are also wiping off any residue, and you're making sure that even though you've already washed these and you know they're okay, you're making sure they didn't crack in the keeping warm stage. That's not what I was looking for. Oh, I got all kinds of goodies. So usually you will take one of these and you will go down here and do this. And what that does is, with liquid you don't have to, but usually if you add anything to your pot, you need to debubble it, and that's what that's called. And since I touched that, I need to go back over it again. Yo. Yep, this is me being crazy. Like I said, I got one brain cell in my support, and she coding a lot. So I'm going to take those hot lids, and I'll place some on my jar. So it's very simple, and the reason why I like to have hot lids is because that little ring there, that little red thing you see there, it helps expand it, and then when you put it on your jar, it gives it a better seal. Now, I use 4 jar lids only. Last year, I canned over 1,500 jars with 4 jar lids, with 2 fails, and both of those were my fault. I put the rings on too tight. So, previous years, I've always used ball lids. But, when I tell you that I had nothing but trouble, and my stuff was going bad left and right, when I can something, that's a lot of work. So, when you're canning, and you're trying to get it all done and stuff, and you have lids that don't hold or they fail, then you have a problem, because you've wasted all that money and all that energy and all that time on your canning. So you just want to make sure they're finger tight, not tight. You just want them finger tight. Now you need this grippy thing, because that jar is hot, y'all. And you just place it into the canner. And I always make sure that I'm still tight, and you place it into the canner. Now, because these are considered wide mouth jars, my canner will only hold 16. But if you have regular mouth jars, your canner will hold 20 pints, 26 half pints, or 7 quarts. But either way you do it, you always have to make sure that you have 3 quarts of water. See, I didn't even tighten that one. 3 quarts of water in the bottom of your canner going. Oh, that's too tight. Oh, that's hot. So, I'm going to get this filled up and come back. So, I filled up a total of 9 jars. And between your jar, or I have 8 on the bottom because that's all will fit. And then you have to put this down, which protects the bottom from the top from banging and cranging all together. So when that happens, you can A, fill these jars up with water, or B, I got some dry beans back here because I knew I was going to. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get her. So, what I do is, I have run out of, I don't know if y'all can see, but see, my canner is not full. Ah! Y'all didn't see that. But see, my canner's not full. So, what I do is, first I pick a video. So, what I do is, I take and I put 1/4 cup of beans. I'll show you how to do it. I take 1/4 cup of beans. I put it in here. I take a half teaspoon of seasoning. Now, I use rice seasoning is what I use. And if y'all see my baby girl, there she is, my meanie. So then I take, and I have some water that I boiled in my water kettle. And I'm gonna make sure that I leave myself an inch headspace. The reason why with beans you leave yourself an inch headspace is because beans are gonna swell. And when they do, they need that space. Now in one of these, I thought I had a little bit too much, which I do right there. So I put these over here. So I go through and I'll see, oh, this one just needs a little taken out, and this one needs a little put in. But with this in itself, this is the reason why you need a debubbler. Because you have to go down in that jar and stir those beans. Because you want to make sure there's no air bubbles in there. Air bubbles cause issues. Air bubbles also cause your food to go bad, because it keeps that oh, I didn't get that one mixed in good. It's just, you don't want air bubbles. Let's just put it that way. So once again, I'm gonna take my vinegar. I'm gonna wipe off my rings. So we'll be back after I get that done. So this is my last jar. I'm going to remove the thing. I'm going to wipe, oops, that's hot. I'm going to wipe that rim. I'm going to hold this. Oh, I got to, see, I even forget sometimes. You got to debubble. I'm going to wipe that rim. Make sure it's real clean. I'm going to grab that lid. Ouch, that was hot. Oh, I don't have enough rings. Are you kidding me? Oh. I'm going to grab this ring. I had to go look and I thought I had more than... So I'm going to put it in there. So after you do this, you're going to take your lid, and your lid has a seal on it. And you want to make sure this hole, you can see through it. You want to oil your seal with cooking oil before it's done. You're going to put on there, and you're going to seal it. Now, when it starts spewing steam out of here, I don't know if you can see. When it starts spewing steam out of here, a real high steam will come back, and I'll tell you what else to do. Okay, now if you see, this is a full thing of steam. Shut up. This has popped up. Now, we're going to wait for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we're going to put our weight on this valve. Okay, it has been 10 minutes. So we're going to take this weight. Oh, blooper. There you go. Gonna take that weight. Now, because I live below 1,000, I need to bring it up to 10. However, on my canner, it always goes between 10 and 12, which that's fine. But you have to pressure can any meat or stuff like that for a total of 90 minutes because you want the bacteria out and you want to make sure it's done right. So we're going to take it up to 10 and then we'll be back. Now we've come up to pressure, so I'm going to set it for 90 minutes. Then once that's done, I'm going to turn it off, push the canner aside, empty it after the pressure goes down, and let my jar set for 24 hours. Thank y'all for watching. Say your prayers, even for your enemies. Love y'all. Bye.